Thank you, the wonderful Caroline. It's great to be here today. I think I'm just going to say two things, really. A really great statistic. There's going to be 1,000 people here today. But that's 1,000 people here today, but actually there's 12,000 people now in control of their own money with personal budgets and another 70,000 people with direct payments. We've made amazing progress over the last 3 years. In 2006, we came together to celebrate the end of the first phase of In Control. There were maybe 100 people together in a room in London celebrating the fact that there were 60 people with personal budgets. Now there are 1,000 people celebrating the fact that there are about 12,000 people with personal budgets. It's my great pleasure to introduce the Shadow Minister for Disabled People, Mark Harper, who's going to officially launch the event. And I also want to thank our sponsors today, CareWorks, Choice Support, Dimensions, A4E and Midland Heart. It's been great to get support from all those organisations to make this event happen. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be here today. I know how important this particular subject is, not just for everybody here, but for the thousands, hundreds of thousands of people across the country, 12,000 of whom already get the benefit of having an individual budget and being able to direct their own support, but more importantly, the tens and hundreds of thousands that don't yet have that opportunity. Now, this is an area of policy where there's actually quite a lot of shared agenda between the Conservative opposition and the Labour government. We all agree, I think, on the direction of travel, the direction that we should be moving in. My only criticism of the government isn't the direction, it's the pace. And I am very clear that this is the right direction to be going in. I pay tribute to In Control. I had the opportunity to go to Oldham last year, met their team there. I met Gavin Croft, a guy in Oldham who has multiple sclerosis, who came up with an innovative way of using some of his individual budget. He purchased a season ticket to watch Rochdale Football Club. Now, you can argue about the wisdom of spending your money on supporting Rochdale Football Club, but the important thing was it provided him the opportunity to recruit somebody from a supporter's website, to go to that football match, and most importantly provide his wife Karen with some respite break at the weekend. It was better for her, it was better for him, and it cost less money than the alternative approach. It was a win-win for everybody. That kind of innovative approach is something that In Control's been championing, that we need to see more local authorities doing. Simon mentioned there are 12,000 people across the country with an individual budget. There are 1.7 million people who could be eligible for one, and that gap is too large. We've just been debating the Welfare Reform Bill in Parliament at the moment. The Department for Work and Pensions is going to be piloting some of its spending, but it's going to have a 3-year pilot in a small number of locations. Then it will spend another year analysing the data, and another 5 years will have passed. I'm very impatient about that. I want a Conservative government to get rid of the pilots. We know what works. There were pilots between 2005 and 2007, looking at 3 government departments, bringing those funding streams together with very clear beneficial outcomes. And I want everyone here to understand that, say, this is a shared agenda. A Conservative government would move faster on this, would make it very clear to local authorities that this isn't an optional extra, this is the direction we want them to be moving in. And I will do everything I can between now and the election to spell out that message. And if we are fortunate enough at that election to be given the opportunity to govern, I will do everything I can, if the leader of the party asks me to do so, to help support organisations like In Control, support people in local authorities, support all of you here to deliver individual budgets and give more control to disabled people and those that need that care and support. It's not an optional extra, it will be absolutely central to what we're about in government. So I hope this conference today goes very well. I've already been around some of the stands and I'll go around some more of them afterwards. You've got a great list of speakers. I'm sorry I won't get the chance to listen to Simon, but have a very good day. Those of you here are either already delivering this agenda or you're here to start delivering it. So thank you all very much for coming. Thank you to those sponsoring this event. Have a very good day, and hopefully by the end of today, as you all go back and carry out this work, there'll be more and more people. So in a year's time, there won't be 12,000 people, there'll be a significantly larger number able to control the support they get. Thank you very much indeed.
I think it's important that organisations like Dimensions promote and get behind in control of the movement for self-directed support. People need to have control in their lives, and we're trying to help the people we support gain that control. I think the more organisations that get behind it and build the momentum and share some of the good stories and the successes for people, the better. And I think that will encourage other providers perhaps who are a little bit more worried, reticent, concerned about the future, understand that there's nothing to be frightened of. It's actually exciting and people are getting the life that they want.
I think for us it's hugely important that we have this opportunity to sustain, continue, build on our engagement with the transformation that's happening in independent living. And self-directed support and direct payments and personalisation of services is absolutely core to our values and our mission at A4E. So for us it was a super opportunity to reinforce our profile in this particular space in the community.
As a direct payment support provider already, we realise that obviously individual budgets, the personalisation agenda, it's a big thing. We need to make sure kind of we're at the forefront of it, and I think sponsoring an event like this is a good opportunity to do that.
We chose to sponsor it because we've been working with In Control and Simon Duffy about exploring developing individual budgets for 3 specific client groups in some of our services across central England.
I'm hoping by the time we get to 2010 we'll be a lot further down the road with our personalisation budget, and maybe we could come and speak at the next one. That would be good.
Joy Support is a sponsor of the big event. Why did you choose to sponsor this event?
I think primarily because we believe that self-directed support and the personalisation agenda is the way forward, and it's something that we've been involved in really for years and years. Simon Duffy actually pioneered some of these ideas in the early 1990s when he worked for us, although the borough we were working in wasn't quite ready for it at the time.
We sponsored the big event because we've had a very close working relationship with some of the key people in Control. They've been part of the design of our system. They've been helping us to understand what's practical for the public and what the public need to see from an information system that will support their self-directing. So it's been very much a joint activity. The SDS portal, the Care Director SDS portal, has been a joint activity between us and the guys in Control. And we've now taken that a step further, and we've put in place an agreement whereby the success of the Care Director product will make a direct financial contribution to the continuing development of SDS tools and practices. So we're very much wanting to work closely within Control.